want to thank you all for joining us for this very special transmission for the Blue Lotus Temple, of course, as the one you know, as Sashi has disclosed. This temple and its operations in many ways represents a continuation of the many processes that we all together were involved in during the empire's existence, that empire being what you would call ancient Egypt, which was an extension of Atlantis. Atlantis was a global empire. As that global empire fell, the Egyptian empire really took off. And many royal members of the Atlantean society traveled to Egypt and began to really reinforce the essence of their empire, which had fallen. And other Atlanteans traveled to many other locations, forming new colonies to carry on their culture's ways. And some were already existing colonies that simply grew to greater levels of power once the main empire of Atlantis fell. Nevertheless, our primary connection for everyone here is ancient Egypt. But of course, the magic, the power, the technologies of ancient Egypt draws upon that of ancient Atlantis. In terms of the origin of many of the Atlantean technologies and metaphysical understandings, there really are two. One is of the earth, one is of the stars. The Atlanteans were able to build their empire to such powerful degrees due to assistance they were receiving from the Lemurians, whom were not called Lemurians. That's just a convenient name you've all chosen. Remember, Lemuria just means land of lemurs, and it, of course, was named this by the scientist whom first postulated its existence within your more recent histories. Of course, it was known about in ancient times under a different name, but you've all sort of chosen Lemuria as a convenient way to talk about this. But this original society was what grew Atlantis, and the Atlanteans sought deeper levels of communication with beings that they deemed as possessors of higher knowledge, and this was the beings of Sirius, whom answered that call and whom began to work with them. The beings of Sirius, they play with the properties of both light and dark. They will simply give you information. What you do with it is up to you. So they shared information, knowing some of the consequences, but nevertheless, they did what they did because they knew that's what humanity needed to go throughout those times, during those times. So in terms of the continuation, what we are going to be doing in the Blue Lotus Temple is the following. We are going to be accessing the depths of the energy body's power and potential. The energy body is deeply linked to the subconscious mind. Our trainings will involve the purification of the subconscious mind, the transformation of very deep energies, as well as superficial energies. So all energies that you encounter within you can be used to help you orient yourself properly on your path of ascension. So we will be focusing on the transformation of energies. We will be focusing on the transformation of the body into a body of light. That is a very potent emphasis. We will be utilizing that body of light to perform all types of interesting, miraculous, and magical workings. By the end of this first level, you will feel as if you are more of yourself, yet simultaneously, you feel like you are something brand new, something that has never been. For these trainings will encourage the spiritual merging of you and what you would consider to be a high-level form of Egyptian divine consciousness. You understand these beings as some of the gods or goddesses of ancient Egypt, but they are not necessarily of Egypt. Not originally. They're older. So there's a lot we will get into about this in depth ancient secrets, in-depth esoteric connections that will show you the star maps, how these different gods and goddesses, acting as representatives of different star systems, came together to assist humanity in building and constructing not just civilizations, but the many mystery schools that acted as the backbone for the civilizations. All of this and more we will explore with you. And again, this is a big continuation of the practices and the processes that we have all explored, linearly speaking, in your past. So you will find, many of you, for some reason, when you do esoteric things, magical things, energetic things, it's almost like you're naturally a little good at it. You may have noticed this. It's like you're naturally a little more psychic. You naturally dream a little more deeply. Why is that? Have you ever wondered why that is? Because you're riding the momentum linearly of some of those lifetimes. Yes, it's a multi-dimensional connection between the present moment, the past and future. Nonetheless, you still create linearity. Have I not said this sentence word by word, linearly? So you're creating linearly now. Therefore, you ride the momentums of the past unconsciously. Some of those momentums are past lives where high degrees of evolution were experienced. So this school is a continuation of that, picking back up where we all left off. So we thank you for receiving this. We thank you for receiving our words and our new dreams that are coming into realization through the channel and through the one you call Sashi.